Good morning, everyone. I was 13. It was a new country, a new culture, the same language, but a very different accent. I was surrounded by girls who were confident and knew exactly who they were. I, however, didn't. You see, I wasn't broken. I was just different. And I had no one to talk to that wasn't already evaluating me. That silence, it shaped my career. You see, when a teenager is not seen, they don't stop leading. They just lead from a place of survival. And that absence became my vocation. So you're probably wondering, why coach teenagers? Let me tell you why. The teenage brain is wired for experimentation. Between the ages of 12 and 17, this here, the prefrontal cortex, is the seat of discernment and long-term thinking. And it's in development. What does this mean? This means that every teenager is feeling intensely, deciding far too quickly, and probably reflecting much later. Let's add another wonderful layer, the voices of influence. Parents, teachers, mentors, wonderful voices, all meaning well. They are telling you who to become. They are telling you what success looks like. But let me ask you a question. Do they have a conversation where they are invited with equal weight? Rarely. It's no wonder that 1 in every 3 teens is experiencing anxiety today. Now, what happens with other modalities, which I fully respect, therapy looks back to healing. Mentoring offers guidance from wisdom. Teaching is an instruction and transfer of knowledge. But coaching, it sits beside you and asks. It's the first time a teenager can exercise conscious leadership. This is where coaching matters more than ever before. Now, my next question to you is, how did you feel as a teenager? I'm pretty sure you remember having the same brain that I did. We were navigating identity, belonging, insecurity. Now, all of that remains the same. It really does. But there are more factors now. Today, we have more comparison, more externalized thinking, far many more inputs, and algorithmic answers. How wonderful. You see, authority has actually shifted. We have visible authority, which are, as I said, parents, teachers, mentors. But now there's a third voice in every teenager's room. AI. It's instant. It's confident. And it's always available. Now, why does that matter to a teenager? Because biologically, as I explained, the brain is wiring discernment. It's trying to evaluate risk. It's trying to explain what nuance is. It's also trying to understand long-term consequence. Now, whilst all this is happening, AI gives instant answers. This, what it does, it weakens the muscle of internal reasoning. Now, I'm not asking you to compete with AI. Definitely not. It's here. It hasn't, left to go away. And as somebody very rightly said, it was not a matter of yesterday. It's here today. We cannot compete with 0.5 seconds of answering. However, the goal is not digital abstinence. It's conscious interdependence. This means independence. What does independence mean? I don't need anyone. Dependence means I outsource everything. Now, in interdependence, I consult, but I decide. That is leadership. And coaching becomes the rehearsal space for this. If we don't create spaces like these, the loudest voice will win. How do we do this? I've developed the SCENE framework. Every letter in the acronym stands for something that's meaningful. It is on the premise of the ICF core competencies of coaching. S stands for emotional safety, because let's remember one thing. No meaningful goal can be set by a teenager if they are not feeling emotionally regulated. Therefore, security is not a luxury. It's a biological requirement. Safety is not soft. It's strategic. Every session that a teenager walks into, they are only supposed to create trust and rapport with their coach. I recently conducted a project with 20 teenagers for a pro bono program in Spain, and every single one of them walked out feeling clarity. That is what we are seeking with S. E, externalizing the signals from the noise. We've already discussed that there are far too many inputs influencing them, not to mention the visible and the invisible voices. What coaching does is it creates a space to pause, slow down, and separate that signal from the pause. This leads us into E, which is engaging the inner authority. Now you see, teenagers have the answers. Let's not underestimate them. They have them all, but what they need is someone to ask them the right questions. I'm going back to the same project. A large majority of them walked away expressing that they had regained agency. This, again, my dears, is where a leader is born, when you can regain your inner agency. And lastly, N, the best self. You see, adolescence is such a wonderful time. It's a rehearsal for identity. They are often oscillating between bravado, insecurity, comparison, and performance. So, in coaching, we restore what is preventing them from becoming their inner leader. They reveal the most aligned self. Therefore, SCENE has been designed with developmental psychology, neuroscience, and leadership theory. I'm going to now ask you to let's play a little game. Can you all momentarily close your eyes and think of one teenager in your life, whether it's your son, your daughter, somebody who belongs in your circle, maybe it's a mentee, or someone you are teaching. And I will ask you now, once you've identified that individual, to open your eyes, and whether it's on your phone, notes app, or to take a piece of paper, to fill the following sentences. The first sentence is, a teenager today is told, ... I'll repeat that. A teenager today is told. The next sentence. A teenager today needs ... I'll give you a few moments to fill your own sentences. So, now, I'm going to ask you a question. How much of what they are told strengthens what they need? How much of what they are told strengthens what they actually need? Most of you will recognize that the voice that is being told is a borrowed voice. It sounds something like, you should, you must, this is success. The inner voice is what they need. How does that sound? What matters to me? What do I think? What feels aligned for me? And so, leadership actually begins the moment these borrowed voices are filtered, not obeyed. You see, this generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they don't lack tools. They have more information, more platforms, more opportunity than ever before, than we ever did. But, ladies and gentlemen, access is not authorship. A teen doesn't become a leader because more tools are available. What they need is a space where they can learn how to choose the right tool at the right time for the right reason. And that space is coaching. So, we invest heavily in curriculum, in technology, in performance metrics. So then why do we hesitate to invest in identity? Coaching is not remediation. It's just a space where a young person's voice carries equal weight. Leadership training should not begin in boardrooms. It should begin at 15. Thank you very much for listening.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Goldie Uttamchandani, please stay on the stage at this time as well. Thank you. I was intently listening to you. I have two teenage sons, and it's very important to have space. I mean, it's really, really important to let them decide how they want to live their lives. So, setting aside my own comment, thank you so much once again. And at this time, may I please invite, of course, Dr. G.D. Singh and Dr. Neetu Singh to come up on stage to honor her contribution to the Global Leadership and Legacy Conclave 2026 to present a token of appreciation. Let's give her another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Dr. G.D. Singh, Dr. Neetu Singh, and Ms. Goldie Uttamchandani. Thank you so much.